How's it going? Today I'm going to show you how to assemble this lift top coffee table. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab piece 4 and piece 7, and what those pieces are, it's going to be this bottom piece here in the front, and that's going to be for your little, section dividers. And you just assemble them with screws and dowels. Now the dowels don't fit extremely tight, so it does make it a little awkward to try to hold together. I found that to be a little bit of an issue, but really it's not too bad. It's just sometimes dowels fit a lot tighter than they do on this one. The next step, whenever you have both of those assembled, you're gonna grab base 2. Now base 2 is gonna be the bottom one there, and it has tons of holes, so you wanna make sure it's oriented correctly like the instructions show, or that this video shows. And whenever you place those dowels in, it will be kind of loose because it's kind of floating. So you need to have the dowels there, and then you also need to have screw E ready to kind of tighten, because once you get one of those tightened, it makes the whole operation a lot easier. You're gonna fasten all those, and that kind of creates legs for your table base, even though you're gonna attach the gold legs a little bit later in the video. After that, you have piece 5 and 6. Piece 5 and 6 need to be oriented correctly. The way I did it is I looked at the holes on the instructions. I kind of lined my piece up similar to that, and then just figured, okay, those 6 holes, well, there's 8 holes in the middle. Those need to be facing inwards because those are eventually gonna be the hinges, the mechanism that makes this come up. That's what you're gonna need. So once those are oriented correctly, use more dowels and more screw E's. E's are gonna be the wood screws. They have a screwdriver you can use. It's a miniature screwdriver, which helps in tight areas like this component. However, I used a drill to kind of speed things along. Once that's done, you're gonna put base piece 3 on. Now piece 3, there's 2 identical pieces, and that's basically like capping out the rest of the storage unit. So one thing I did note, everything that's smooth needs to be facing the correct direction. There's gonna be sides that have tiny little holes, and that's what screws to the underside of the cabinet topper. So those screws, if it's flat all facing you, that means everyone's correct. If you see holes and a flat side facing you, that means you did something wrong. So what you have to do is you have to put these little cam bolts, is what I call them. Those, it is easier to use a drill, but those go in, and there's a little shelf on each one of those bolts, and that goes flush with the board 3. Once those are in, you're gonna put piece B, and B are the cam locks, is what I call them. So you have the arrow facing upward, that's gonna accept the bolts. Once those are on though, you drop piece 3, and then you're gonna tighten the screwdriver with the cam bolts to lock in place. So that is where the screwdriver comes in handy, because the drill is not for that piece. You definitely want to use a manual screwdriver for that. Once those are tightened down, you're going to flip it back over, and then you're going to put screw E's to lock down that topper into the base storage unit that you just built. Next, you're going to step to the actual golden legs. So basically you're going to want to make sure all the holes are facing upwards. You're going to put the little feet screwed in, and then you're going to put the bolts from the side. Once you have that in place, you're gonna mount it to the table that you just built, and then you're gonna lock those down with bolt H. So that's where the Allen wrench comes in play, or if you have a drill attachment, you can use the drill. The next step is gonna be the actual hinge mechanism. Now this hinge mechanism is fairly easy to assemble as far as orienting which direction you need. You wanna have the rod on the insides, and you wanna have the lift going to the outsides. Next, you're gonna assemble those, so you just screw them down with the D screws. However, you will have to take off the nut that's holding the pin for the rod, and you're gonna take that off so that you can put the final screw on both sides, and then you're gonna reassemble that piece. So now, this was by far the most difficult part of the entire build. If you're doing this by yourself, you can see in the video how I'm kind of struggling with it. You have to hold one side up with one hand and put the little screws in to get it to hold, and then do it to the other side. It'd be much easier to have some help with this part, but it can be done by yourself because it's not an extremely heavy piece. After those are locked in place, you just put the K, those are the little rubber standoffs, so that it has a quiet close to it whenever you decide to put it down. And basically, if you lift this up even, it comes up extremely smooth. You have a place to sit, a place to eat, a place to work. Now the thing about the storage, because it's on the opposite side, I can't really reach anything from there without putting this down and combing around. So that is one downside to having the storage in front of you, but it has tons of space where you can store plenty of things. If you want to put games down there, candles, any type of thing that you might need to put on a table, or remote controls, things that you'd use in the living room, this thing is going to be able to handle that for you. So overall, it's a very sturdy table. It's not extremely heavy, but it is nice to have a good workplace platform in the living room so that I can relax and put things up and not have to always have to rely on the end tables, and I can have a spot here in the middle.